Hi, my name is Brika, and today we're going to talk about customer service. Are you good at it? First, let's talk about a time where you had a terrible customer service experience. You remember that? Oh, you know what I mean. That time when you walked into the store and the folks didn't acknowledge you, kept going about their business as if you weren't there. How about the time where you were at a restaurant and the waiter was, you know, not very good, not very polite, or didn't come back often enough, or maybe even too often? And I know we've all been on that call where we either got bounced around on a customer service call, or we were on with someone that we could tell really was not attentive to what our needs were. You remember those times? Now let's shift gears. Let's think about a time where you received exceptional customer service. Did it take you a little bit longer to think about that? And the terrible one was like, oh yeah, I remember, just not that long ago, just the other day, this is what happened. But the exceptional customer service, that one is like, let me think about that. Oh, the one time when I was at so-and-so at such and such store, someone took care of me. I'll tell you about my exceptional customer service experience. Very simple. I was at the library, had my things in one room. I got up to go to the restroom. And on my way, the restroom was one, out the door to the left, and the exit was straight ahead. And so as I was walking out, the two librarians were standing there talking to each other. And once they saw me walk past, they stopped and said, "Have a good day." And I said, "Oh no, I'll be right back." But it really struck me, like they were actually in a conversation, a real conversation, but they noticed me. They recognized me, they acknowledged me. And that felt good. To me, that was exceptional customer service. Why? Because that's what I needed that day. I just needed, I think, to be either acknowledged or because I had so many other things that was going on in my mind, and I maybe felt invisible. I don't know, but I needed that. And it really felt good. And for me, that was exceptional customer service, because they could have just let me walk out and not said anything. So the question is, can you recognize exceptional customer service when you see it? And what makes it exceptional? That example of being in the library and someone acknowledging me, that for some is like, oh girl, okay, yeah. For some, it's like, they were at the car lot and someone gave them a good deal, or whatever the situation was. Exceptional customer service is subjective, but it's how I felt at that moment. It was what I needed. And that when you think about your exceptional customer service, what was the last time that someone made you feel like you mattered at that moment? What do you think about when you see this logo in terms of customer service? How about this one? What about this one? I know for me, each of those is almost like, hey, you want your food fast, you want it quick, you want to be in this line and out this line and get out of here. I got you. I know there's a couple of them on there. It's like, I don't know that they care about getting you out of there fast, but you know what I mean? They're providing a service to the customer, but I don't know if it's always customer service or good or exceptional customer service. But what about this one when you see this logo? Yeah, Uh-huh. It's all about the customer, baby. It's all about providing great customer service. I know that there are people who say that this place is not as good as some of these other ones, but they will go because these folks here make you feel like somebody. As soon as you get, before you even get to the announce, what you call that thing, before you even get to it, someone has already greeted you while you're waiting in the double line. And they're making sure that you're taken care of. And they're always like, welcome to so-and-so. How can I help you? They are all about service. Because one of the things that they realize is that building good customer service or good customer experience does not happen by accident. It happens by this design, as according to Clara Muscat. Mm-hmm. And she is right. It is by design. That logo, the folks that we were just talking about, that is part of their mantra. That is part of who they are. It is by design that they take care of you in a certain way, that they treat you in a certain way. It is part of who they are. You come to work there, that is the expectation. You are going to provide exceptional customer service. So when we think about customer service, who's the first focus? What is the focus of good customer service? What makes customer service so good? Again, it's subjective, one day someone smiles at you, it feels like good customer service. The next day someone smiles at you, just, it means nothing. What makes this, who's the focus? What's the focus? The focus is about meeting a need. The one day someone smiles at you, it meant everything to you. That was great customer service because that's what you needed. The next day they smiled at you the same way that they did before. They greeted you the same way that they did before, and it meant nothing to you. And maybe at that moment you didn't necessarily need it as much. So why does it matter so much if it's on one day, off another? So let me ask you this. Is the customer always right? Okay. I can hear the resounding no, no. What if I told you that customer service is not about the customer being right? Customer service is about meeting a customer's need or their needs. So I ask you this, are you ever the customer? Are you always a good customer? When you are the customer, do you feel like you are right? Or are you looking to fulfill a need? I'm going somewhere with this. I'm trying to get you in the mindset of providing customer service or exceptional customer service. But in order to be able to provide it, you need to know what it looks like. You need to know what it feels like from your perspective so that you can provide that for someone else. So when you are the customer, is there a certain level of service that you are looking for? So when you are providing the service, is there a certain level that you are being intentional about building for someone else? So Tony Robbins and Chloe Madanes, they said that there's this thing called 6 human needs, that there's 6 things that all human beings need. Now, I'll give it to you in a list, but they're not necessarily in order except for the last 2. What they said is that human beings need certainty. They need to know. Like, I need to know what the weather is going to be. I need to know what my hours are going to be. I need to be certain that I'm going to get my hours or that I'm going to get my paycheck. I need to be certain. But then they said also, Human beings need uncertainty. If you know what everything is going to be every day, it gets kind of boring and monotonous. So you need a little bit of variety in your life. You need some surprise, but you don't always want surprise, because, some people need to be a little bit more stable, right? But then they said also folks need significance. They need to feel like they are somebody, right? I need to feel like I matter, or what I do matters, right? So you have certainty, you have uncertainty, you have significance, but then there are folks who need love and belonging. If you can't get the love, and most of the time the love is like your familial love, like you get it from your family or your friends or your coworkers sometimes, if you have a tight knit, or belonging. They need to feel like they're a part of something that's bigger than them. People don't join gangs or be a part of groups that are negative because they just want to be that. They join those groups because they want to belong to something, right? You have people who join boards, or other, be a part of affiliation or something like that, because that is important. And you have a lot of times you have a leaning, and just like with anything, no one's wants certainty all the time. No one is living in love and belonging all the time, or uncertainty or significance. We weave in and out, and sometimes we may need belonging at work, and at home we just need to be significant, or vice versa. So it's very subjective, and it's very about where you are. But just knowing those things about yourself will help you to understand, why some service feels more, it feels better than others, right? When we're looking at customer service. But then they said the last two, growth and contribution, those are kind of like on another level. And sometimes people don't get to that part. Folks are just kind of, some people are just, I'm good where I am. I don't need to be anything else. This is where I am. Some people like, I want more. I want to be more. I want to do more. I want to get more. I want to grow. Right. And then there's some people who just want to contribute. They want to, again, be a part of something that's bigger than them. They want to, say, what is the meaning of my life, and why does it matter? And I want to do more than just go to work and come home. I want to go and help, build someone else's dreams, or, something like that. But having those needs and knowing that we have these needs will help when we are trying to provide a customer service experience. And no, we're not counselors or anything like that, but these kind of things help us to understand why people respond the way that they do when we provide some kind of service. And then it'll help us to understand why we respond the way we do when we receive good, terrible, or exceptional customer service. So it's about treating the customer as if you're that customer. In providing good customer service, sometimes we forget that we are the customer. Sometimes we are that person that's right there, who we are servicing, that is either getting on our nerves or giving us the hard time. And we forget that sometimes we are that customer. And what is it that person need? No one calls customer service to just check on them. You call customer service because you are in need of something, a repair, a service. You're having some problems with something. You're having problems with your electronics or your parts, your car, whatever that is. In our case, in students, with students or parents, or whatever the service that's being provided, we don't just call to check up on people in customer service. We're calling because we have a need. And we want that need filled. So when people are calling us for our service, we just have to understand what is it that they need. Past the noise, past all the other things that come along with it, the irritation or, the tone, and find a way to be able to kind of de-escalate those situations so that we can actually hear what the person is really asking for. What is it that they need? If that were me, if I were in their shoe, what is it that I actually need? So how are you a good customers? Or how do you provide good customer service? It's all about meeting the customer's needs. You meet their need and you are golden with them. They'll tell you, hey, I'm so sorry. It's not against you. I just need this. I'm just irritated. I was bounced around over the phone, 12 times, or I was stuck on the highway, or whatever the situation is. But if you meet their need, they'll take care of you. They'll give you a raving review. Is that a word? A rave? Solve their problems. And be kind and have an empathetic attitude. You do those 3 things, you'll have a customer for life. You don't have to advertise your services. They'll toot your horn for you. And in part, in the end, just remember, customer service is an attitude. It's not a department. You help to meet folks' need, you meet them where they are, and you'll have a good customer for life. You put yourself in their shoes and you understand where they're coming from as a customer, and then you adjust your attitude, and at some point they'll adjust theirs. Thank you so much. This was about customer service. I hope that you had gotten some tips that will help you to perform customer service a little bit better. Thanks so much. Enjoy your day.